The universe is getting smaller by the minute, and if the heroes of the Justice League want to uncover their connection to the totality and oh so much more, they're going to have to go to the ancestral world of the Hawks. What'll happen next? Well, let's hop into the pages of Justice League issue number 14 and find out for ourselves, shall we? So, as we join the comic, the Justice League is putting everything back together following the events of Drowned Earth. Batman is out of his body cast and desperately onto his next project, and that is probing the mind of Starman for any secrets that Lex Luthor might have left behind. To do this, Batman does something that is insane as it is clever. He tries to connect his brain to the tiny piece of Starro and use that to get inside Starman's comatose head. Luckily, Superman and Wonder Woman are able to barge on in and stop the Dark Knight from turning his brain into a fried egg. They can't be too mad at him though. The totality may have gotten stolen under Batman's watch, but it's pretty clear that he's beating himself up about the whole thing and he was willing to do this as some sort of crazy penance. Now this is really the B plot. The A plot involves John Jones, the Martian Manhunter, John Stewart, the Green Lantern, and Kendra Saunders, Hawkwoman, going all the way to Thanagar-Prime. Yes, that's right, Thanagar-Prime. Every other Thanagar you may have seen in the comics up until this point was not the real Thanagar, just another unrelated planet called Thanagar. The team is here looking for the Martian Keep, an individual who quite literally keeps all of the collected knowledge of Martian kind inside their head. For you see, another gig that the Thanagarians have going for them is keeping a massive vault filled with information from a ton of different civilizations. It's like a Hall of Records, only, way more badass and with way more feathers. It's in this mission they end up coming across Thanagar-Prime's new leader, Empress, get this, Shayera Hall. But wait, you're probably wondering, is not Shayera Hall a reincarnation of Kendra Saunders? Are they both not Hawkwoman in the strange twisted web that is the Hawk's history? The answer is yes they are, and in fact this information is not lost on these two characters, and a good chunk of this story is them dealing with this realization that at some point in time their chain of reincarnations may have broken off. Ultimately though, Empress, Shayera, and the rest of the Hawks are pretty unhelpful to the Justice League, saying, oh yeah, we had the Martian Keep, but they died of natural causes before you got here, sorry about that. Oh, your crazy nth metal wings have a map on it, geez, we wish we could decipher it for you, but we just can't. Needless to say, coming all this way only to go back empty-handed has John Jones pretty bummed, especially as he seems to have lost a connection to his people's greater history and feels more alone in the universe now than ever before. But on the upside, they do get invited to a fancy Hawk Person festival. What do you think they eat at Hawk festivals? Just a lot of seeds and worms? Now, if they wanted, Martian Manhunter, being a powerful telepath, could just probe Shayera Hall's mind and find out what she's not telling them, but they know that would be in bad taste. It's Kendra who actually ends up pushing the topic Hawkwoman to Hawkwoman, and for a second there it actually looks like she might have gotten the Empress to open up, only for her to clam back up again. Now, when she touches her shoulder though while leaving, something rather interesting happens. Kendra is essentially briefly let into Shayera's mind and sees that she was lying about the Keep being dead. And if they're lying about the death of this Martian information bank, there's no telling what else they're being dishonest about. Now, the Hawks aren't dumb. They catch on to the fact that they've been found out rather quickly and mount a defensive. And quite possibly our three powerful Leaguers could have made their way past the Hawks' guards, but that's not what they're going to have to contend with. It's Shayera Hall's ultimate weapon. And that would be her husband, the superpowered savage Hawkman Katar Hall. Which I guess now also means he is his own independent person from Carter Hall of Earth as well. Ain't that something as the comic comes to a close? And so that was Justice League issue number 14, everybody, and overall I had a lot of fun with this issue. I have always been a big fan of the twisted labyrinthian history that is Hawkman and Hawkwoman. I love it warts and all. I can appreciate what Snyder, and I guess Tynion too as he wrote this issue, are trying to do by splitting the difference between the old Hawk people and the new Hawk people. Doing things this way essentially means you get to have good and bad Hawk people at the same time, and considering so much of this newest run is clearly inspired by the Justice League cartoon series, and because the bulk of Hawk people were bad in that show, it only makes sense to have them be a big villainous force here. I also like the idea of focusing on a smaller contingent of Justice Leaguers so we can really get into the nitty-gritty of their stories and character development. Again, much much like the Justice League cartoon always did. Overall, I'd give this one an 8 out of 10. It was some good, solid reading.
Hey there everyone, it's Cape Joel again, and I want to thank you so much for watching to the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, why not check out some of these other videos available from my channel. Then you can follow me on Twitter and Facebook at Cape Joel, so you're always up to speed on what I'm doing next. And hey, if you're feeling in a supportive mood, why not check out my Patreon page. Patrons get exclusive access to videos and content before anyone else, and you can do so for as little as $1 a month. And, oh yeah, the jacket, it was a gift actually. Someone bought it for me off my Amazon wish list, which I also have, and you can also find linked down in the description. Didn't think anyone would actually buy me a Slytherin jacket. Put it mostly on there for a laugh. But hey, it's the 20th anniversary of Harry Potter, so I figured might as well wear it, show it off, and, you know, thank the person who bought it for me. So, until we meet again, everyone, bye-bye.